I talk a lot about mindset, and I think I've told you just recently how important it is because it's something that is at the basis of all we do. The way that this works makes all of this work. So I want to give you a great example. All right, we're getting ready to go on a trip. It's in 4 days now that we leave, and it's a big trip. It's 3 weeks, and you're going to be gone, and you're overseas, and so things aren't at your disposal as they normally would be. I start packing probably, 2 weeks ago. I got the suitcases out and I just started mulling it over. What am I going to take? And then last week I started to get serious on it. And the thing that I like to do, and this is just me, I want to make sure that I only have what I'm going to wear. If you've ever packed for a big trip, oftentimes we pack way too much stuff, schlep it all over the place, and then realize you only wore half of it. Well, that annoyed me over the years, and I've traveled a lot, so I want to make sure I've got it dialed in, and it's kind of a challenge just for myself. And then I also have in the back of my mind, there's a lot of unrest in the world, and I'm going to a different part of the world and different location than I've ever been in, and so I'm often thinking, wonder how that's going to be. I wonder if things are going to get out of control. My mind starts to spin. And that's that spiraling, right, that I talk about. I don't want to get on that cat track because the moment I do, I know where it's going to take me to the point of no return, and I'm going to be spun out of control. So I have to back up. Number one, I'm smart. I know I can figure it out. Whatever's coming my way, I'll figure it out. Number two, I am organized. I have my ducks in a row. It's going to be fine. And then I go number three. What's the basis, the bare minimum that I have to have? I have to have my passport. I have to have my credit card, and I need my phone. Beyond that, I can probably buy whatever I need. I can see a doctor over there. Things are going to be just fine. I'm traveling with a very reputable travel company, and so it's going to be just fine. But if I don't do that, if I don't stop myself and do those strategies that I preach all the time, then I'm going to be in trouble because I'm going to go down the Alice in Wonderland rabbit hole. I'm going to fall down that, and you go falling down and down and down and down, and you don't hit bottom for quite a while. Now, I will tell you, it takes work for me because my mind is predisposed to be anxious, so I can quickly get out of control. And I was doing that. I was, because I wasn't sleeping well. And so the other thing that I call this is shipping fever, and this comes from my uncle who owned cattle in Canada. And he said when the animals know they're going to be shipped, so they're going to be packed up on the truck and shipped, they get very, very nervous. They get so nervous and spun out of control, they die. Few of them have. And so he called it shipping fever. Well, hello, that's what we call it in the family now. We've called it that for years. And yes, I get shipping fever, and all my friends know it. So they all joke with me. They'll text me and say, got shipping fever yet? I'm like, yes, leave me alone. I do. But it's not as bad as it could be because of my mindset work. So I'm careful about where I allow my mind to wander because it's me making the thoughts come up. It's no one else. They're not coming at me from somewhere else. It's actually inside me, and it's bubbling up out of what this thing is doing. And it's subconscious. And I've talked to you about that before too, the conscious mind versus the subconscious. The subconscious mind has way more control over us than our conscious mind. Remember that lumbering elephant I talk about? That's your subconscious. And it's just marching down the road in a path, mowing anything down in its way. And then your conscious mind is that little itty bitty ant on the back of that elephant thinking, well, I'm going this way. No, you're not. You're going that way because that's where your subconscious is going. And mindset work helps me to remember to be conscious. Get back to the present moment. What are you doing? What are you thinking? And a lot of it is about that underlying feeling of unrest because I'm going to be someplace that is different. Unnerving maybe, but you know what? That's the cool stuff because life does happen outside our comfort zone. So it's great for me to see new places in the world and go to places that I've never been and don't understand the cultures and get to meet people. And guess what? Everywhere I have gone, and I mean everywhere I have gone, it's been fabulous. People are fabulous. You engage with people, you have fun with them. Our oldest daughter and her husband, and my husband and I went to Russia, and we had a blast. It was the best trip ever. Now, to begin with, I thought, everything was going to be in black and white, babushkas around the head, a loaf of bread under their arm, everybody's starving to death. These are the pictures of the old movies I used to watch, but that's what was in the subconscious of my mind. I get there, it's absolutely fabulous. Everybody's beautiful, happy. We had the greatest time. We went to a restaurant in St. Petersburg. It was such a cool place, and we thought, well, we want to go there. So we did. No one speaks English. It doesn't matter. You can do Google Translate on your phone. And the server that was with us was fantastic. Now, there was another table across the restaurant that you could tell was also foreigners like us, and they were being rude. And you could tell they were being very needy and demanding and rude. We were not. We were just enjoying ourselves. And so who got treated better? We did. The waiter even did a little magic trick with us under his, he took a toothpick and did something with it underneath the napkin that he pulled up. And he was so cute with it because he had little sparkly eyes, and you could tell he was really enjoying doing this magic trick, not speaking because we don't know what he's saying. And he did it, and we were like, whoa, how did you do that? And then he didn't say anything. And then at the end of our time together, he actually showed us how to do the trick. How fabulous. Right? And it depends on who you are and how you're acting, whether you get those people's response to their service or ours. And I think it's important to know self-awareness. How are you presenting yourself in the world? What's your mindset? What are you believing underneath it all? What are you believing? And it was so fun for me to be brought into the modern times that it's all in color. Everybody's super happy. And the kids, we were on a river cruise, and the kids that were working on the boat, the young people, they were from Siberia. And you know me, I'm like, wait a minute. Siberia is supposed to be awful, right? That's where all the prisons are. And you go there when you're shunned from society. And these kids were gorgeous and so much fun and so happy and so engaging. And I told them, wow, like you are nothing that I think of when I think of Siberia. And they said, we'll believe half of what we hear about you if you believe half of what you hear about us. And I went, done. I agree. That's totally honest and true, and I will do that. I want you to think about that mindset work that I talk about is so important. It allows you to see opportunities that you wouldn't recognize any if you didn't have the proper mindset, because you'd be either too afraid, or you'd be judgmental, or you'd worry about things. And realistically, yes, that's all well and good, but honestly, you don't have to be that way. And mindset helps us be up above that and stay out of the fray and be able to live that life that we so desire. Talk to you later.